Well, here we have an interesting idea, a national day of unplugging, which may or may not turn into an international day of unplugging. I wonder how people are going to act on such a day. Are they actually going to put away their phones and phone devices and leave the internet to do other more constructive things, potentially constructive things like actually talking to one another or reading a book? Or will they decide that watching TV is constructive, even though they're probably streaming it? I don't know. I have very little faith in humanity, but such a thing is interesting. As for myself, will I be participating? Well, that's not a simple question for me. For you see, dear frenemy, I am different from most people, and even though I use the internet to find information and put up videos which you so enjoy, I am not a person who is reliant on technology. In fact, whenever I leave, I don't take my cell phone with me. I don't have the need of people wanting to reach me all the time. I don't have the need of wanting to reach people all the time or having information conveniently at my fingertips. And if I am somewhere and I do need to use the phone, I can simply ask, "May I use your phone?" It is something we used to do all the time. Besides those reasons, there's another reason why I don't carry my cell phone around with me. You see, the human body is made up of atoms, and atoms contain electrons, and electrons are susceptible to what is known as Lenz's law. And Lenz's law states that whenever you have a moving magnetic field through an electron, that electron will feel a force on it. What does this mean? Well, you see, dear friend of me, your cell phone and other devices, they operate using magnetic fields, radio frequencies, and by doing so, they manipulate electrons around them. And how does that pertain to the human body? Well, you see, electrons, when they have a force applied to them, tend to either make or break compounds. And you might have making and breaking of compounds such as deoxyribonucleic acid. Now, how strong the effect is dependent on the strength of the magnetic field and the frequency. So the closer the source of the magnetic field is to your body, like say putting your cell phone in a pocket in skin-tight pants, the more the effects will be felt and the more chances are of something changing, and before you know it, you have cancer. Is that a guarantee? No, but it raises the statistical probability of such a thing happening. But on top of that, let's talk about the human brain, because the human brain operates on electrical impulses as well, and these electrical impulses do get affected by pulsating magnetic fields. Depression and anxiety is such an epidemic, and it's so hereditary and needs medication. Well, does it? Does it? What causes anxiety and depression? Well, the release of chemicals. Do you know that certain chemicals, it doesn't take much for them to actually be released? Just a couple of electrons that happen to be moved into the right position. And when these chemicals are released, your mood changes. Say a mood like depression or anxiety. I find it interesting that people like to meet each other through apps and websites and not by talking to each other face to face. That oh so security of the fondling device that at the same time inspires the anxiety in the first place. Oh, but is it just a fondling device? Well, let me ask you, dear friend of me, do you have Wi-Fi in your home? Do you have a cell phone tower nearby? Is there a radio station nearby? Are there electrical power lines nearby? Do you have electricity in your home? So this concept of a national day of unplugging is interesting to me, and perhaps you can see why.